Hello everyone, my name is Roshana. You can learn more about me at my website roshana.ca, and I am coming to you now to offer an energy report for the month of July. And this report is a combination of information that I received from the Council of Nine and also from a tree that I call a friend. We have such a beautiful connection. Her name is Henrietta, and I came to discover her a little over a year ago when I was sitting at her base, and she invited me to start recording messages from her. And she taught me that trees can bring through wisdom by going into the other realms, into the, I'm looking for the word, the quantum field. That is where information is stored, and we all have the potential to go into the quantum field and receive information. It's just that most of us humans have forgotten that we have that ability, but actually we all have the ability to do that. And that's how she brings through her great wisdom to me. And so at the end of this report, I also have a message from Henrietta the tree. And so I'm going to read most of this. When I connected with the Council of Nine this morning and just asked them what the energies are for July, what people can expect in the month of July, they stated that the energies will intensify. It's very important for us to be focused on the positive right now because we are creating our future every day. And I know when people are living in despair and hardship and financial concerns, it can be hard to look at the positive and find the good side. But the truth is that the more we focus on those hardships, the more we're going to bring that into our life experience. So we are in these times, this is the energy of what we're living in now, that it's very important to keep our thoughts focused on the positive, focused on that which we're choosing to experience in our life, and almost like just not even paying attention to what may seem like the reality in our life. And one thing I know is that when we live in the moment, there are not very many moments in our life where we really have concern. Most of our concerns come from thinking about the future, reflecting on the past, but in the very present moment, there's very seldom anything to be concerned about. So that is one powerful way for us to keep our thoughts in the positive and just look for what you choose to have. We find what we look for. It's like buying a new red car and always seeing red cars. So the more we look for what we want to have in our lives, let's say we're looking for a partner, then notice people on the street who are walking down the street holding hands. Notice couples that are happy together and be happy that you have that in your life experience. You can see it, so you know it's possible, and just believe that it's coming to you as well. Or it's the same with money. When you see people who have a lot of money, people on a wonderful vacation, don't resent them. Be happy for them and know that that's on its way to you as well. That's one way to keep our thoughts out of what is our reality, but the truth is that that reality is created from our thoughts. So if you're focusing every day on not having, then you're going to have more of not having. So to let that go and focus on what it is you're choosing to see in your life, that's one thing that's really important now in this month of July. There are powerful energies happening in this month that really are intensifying our abilities to create. So it's important to make sure that we're focused on what we're choosing to have in our life experience. Life is changing as well. For a lot of people, it's time to transition out of things that are no longer in harmony with who we are as a person. For a lot of people, that can mean relationships ending, and it can be a difficult thing to hurt someone by walking away from them. We're in a time of being more loving, and so it's not like we might hate someone and have to leave them because of that, but just that we know that the relationship is holding us back somehow, or somehow we just know that it's complete and it's time for us to move on. One way to really help you with this is to trust and know that if it's time for you to move on in the relationship, it's also in the highest good of the other person in that relationship. Even though they may not realize it, even though they may be trying to hang on, in truth, if it's the best for you, it's also the best for that other person. And so you're holding them back from their soul development by not moving forward either. So it's just a time where it's really important to trust our heart, what our heart is telling us, because the heart is the soul speaking to us. It is the soul wanting new choices, wanting bigger experiences in the world, and that comes from allowing change to happen. The more we resist change that wants to happen, we feel it, but we don't go for it. Another example might be really feeling like your job is not right for you anymore, but thinking, oh, I've invested so many years, I would lose so much pension. Those things are all coming from fear. They're going to hold you back, and they're keeping you from stepping into your soul's desire. And when we follow our soul's desires, things magically seem to fall into place, as long as we don't step back into fear and stop that from happening. If we can walk in total faith, that's one of the real secrets to living in these times, is having total faith that everything our heart desires is leading us exactly where we should be. As long as you can stay in that space of faith, you'll see the steps laid out before you. Even though your foot might be on the way to the ground before you see the step underneath your foot, it still is there, it's coming. And when we trust and truly believe in that, then life begins to flow. So I would say, don't leave your job with nothing else lined up if you haven't moved into that place of trust, because then you're just going to create a very challenging experience for yourself. So it's a balance of knowing that you are in the place of trust and ready to make that decision, or even making the decision and asking for something else to show up for you, so that you don't have that gap and have to go into that place of vulnerability if you're not really ready to be there. Another thing they say is not to feel guilty as long as we're respectful to others when we have to make changes in our life. Again, if it's the best for us, then it's the best for everyone. And as long as we do that with respect and integrity, then everyone is benefiting from our decisions. And also to follow your heart, as I have said, and to know that the heart actually has brain cells. Heart Math Institute has proven this, and the difference is that the heart also has a intuitive wisdom that actually knows what's happening in our life experience before it even happens. Heart Math has also done tests around this. So it's a wisdom beyond the intellectual thinking, and the heart is the wisdom of the now, the wisdom of the future, you could say. It's time to move from the intellect into the heart, where our soul is guiding us and not the less heartfelt intellect guiding our lives. What we envision, we will find. It's our way to draw us to what we desire. So if you desire to be living in a new home, let's say you're ready to make a move, just start noticing everything in the homes around you that are beautiful and that you love. I actually am moving at the end of this month, and there's a beautiful view in my community, and I don't see any of that from where I'm living now. And for the last year, I've just been noticing all these beautiful homes. There's a home being built that has a beautiful view over Blomidon, which I love so much. And I would even pretend that this was my home, and I'd watch as the siding went up and think what a great job the workers were doing on my home. And where I'm moving to, I have that beautiful view that I've been yearning for. So it's like I noticed it in my experience enough, even pretending that it was mine, so that now that beautiful view that I was yearning for actually is going to be mine. So this is how we're creating in this time. So to notice everywhere in your life experience what you want to have, so that you're actually saying, yes, I already have this in my experience, and then you're just pulling it into you. So take time to envision your dreams, and don't let the intellect interfere, because the intellect will say, you could never afford to live in a place like that, or that's not possible for you, you couldn't travel that far. Don't let the logic interfere, just follow your dreams, because anything is possible when the universe is pulling it together. We are limited in our own thinking about how it could come together. But if you just trust that whatever you desire, trust that if a desire is coming to you, it's because it's possible for you. We don't have desires that cannot come into manifestation. So if you're having the desire, it is possible for you. Just believe it's going to happen. Start seeing where it is in little ways, and be patient while it finds its way to you. The intensity of the energies is almost over for those who have been going with the flow of the energies. So it's like there's two ways of being in the world right now. Those who have been consciously growing and healing and releasing and doing all they can to become the full potential of who they are, and people who have been resisting all of this change, trying to hold on to the status quo, trying to hold on to what was, not wanting things to change, or not willing to look inside and heal the pain, and just pushing their way through everything. So in the two groups of people, for those who have been doing the healing work and the clearing and allowing change to happen, life is going to get easier. It's like the intensity of what we've been going through is going to soften. But for those who have been resisting change, then that intensity is not going to let up, because again, we are creating our life experience. And when we resist change, it's like a tug of war. We're just pulling on the rope, always, always, always trying to win. If we let go of the rope, we just simply float down the river. Things just simply fall away and fall into place, and life just flows. But if we're not willing to let that flow happen, then it's always that tug of war, and it always feels like a struggle. So just to know that. What else? So the important thing right now in this month really is to focus on your joy, to focus on your dreams, believe that they can come true, because they can. And so I'm going to switch now to what Henrietta has brought forward. So Henrietta again is a tree that I've been connecting with, who shares great wisdom, and I'm going to read what she's brought through for this July energy report. The earth is in a time of great cleansing. That is why you see so much flooding and natural disaster happening. Even train derailments with fuel burning is a cleansing in a way. It is meant to bring great attention to what you are doing with your fossil fuels and how you are impacting the earth. In this process of cleansing, many step into doomsday fear. We would say the only thing to fear is your own mind. Those who never find joy or gratitude are certainly creating a life of despair and hardship. It is important for those people to know that their thoughts are creating their lives, not some evil outside influence. For the month of July, this is going to increase significantly, so that what you think you become, what that really means is what you think is what you see in your reality, in your external world. It is like your mind tells your eyes what to see. That is why it is so important to notice things that are beautiful. Notice lovers, notice flowers, notice joy, notice nature. Stay focused on good things so you will bring more of that into your life. At this point I asked, what is the cleansing about? And she said, this cleansing is in preparation for a purge. Mother Nature is indeed about to take a giant leap into a new dimension. Those who cannot see beauty but only hatred and despair will not be able to follow her there. She must cleanse some of the energy in order to be able to resonate on the level she is going to. Those who live near the areas that experience fires and flooding unknowingly agreed to be a part of that cleansing. As they are humbled by the experience of the natural disaster, they then release some of the denser energy and allow the earth to make this shift. And then I asked, what can we expect to be different from this shift? The difference will be noticed only by those with eyes to see. For those who focus on beauty, you will see more and more of that in your lives. Things will flow with ease. All that you dream of will come to you. As the earth shifts into a higher dimension, your creations come about even faster. Those who will give their time and energy to restoring the earth will see the rewards in their beautiful surroundings. It is like Mother Nature will be caring for them. Those who remain in the denser energies, you could say, the less loving energies, will find more and more challenge in their lives. They have been given every opportunity to choose love. So it is again not some evil trick. It is a necessary result of evolution. You evolve with the rest of your species, or you are among the ones who didn't make it. Not that this means death, although many are choosing to make that choice. It does mean a struggle to find their joy and step out of the darkness that has been created. Overall, it is a time of great illumination. Do not step into fear, but know that the sun shines even brighter. And as it does, your life becomes brighter too. All is love, dear ones. Truly, all is love. The trees know this. Your great sentinels stand tall in love, waiting for the dear humans to find your way back. Some of you are there. Is it not joyful? Joyful just to be, to see what each day brings and what unfolds? There is much more to come. As Earth makes her transition this month, the distance between the levels of human existing on the Earth will grow. For those of you reading these words, know that your focus on your own evolution has kept you in harmony with the progress of your earthly mother. That is the place to be. Well done, beloveds. We, the trees, love you all. Come visit, touch us, and feel our love. It awaits you. We never withhold it out of punishment or anger. Come love yourself by loving a tree. Just like the roots of trees join and communicate, so too will we communicate with you when you touch us and connect. You may not know it intellectually, but some level of your being will know. That is the way of it. And that is the message from Henrietta and my July energy report. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you heard here, please share and like this video. And more information is below if you wish to go to my website and learn about some of the other work that I do. Thank you.